Yeah, it's officialstreetradio.com. Benja Styles. Shout out to my man DJ No Frills. It's ueradiolive.com. Got my man Chris Webby right here.
Yes, sir.
He's in Philadelphia. You got a show tonight,
yeah,
right?
Man, it's gonna be a big one.
Yeah, crazy. I heard it sold out.
Yeah, that's what I hear too.
So, listen. First question. You're buzzing crazy on the internet. You got your man DJ Semi here. Finally got to meet him.
Curious, that's important to have. You gotta have that. Got DJ, super important to have. You know, your DJ makes your show what it is.
Yeah.
You know, it's having him cut it up and everything. And, manager, obviously, that kind of goes without saying. That's a very important position. Camera dude over there, making sure everything gets caught on film. You know, that's mad important. And then we got a dude who sells merch and shit, because we got all the t-shirts.
And that's one thing that I saw you mention is that your merchandise, like the stuff that you have, the shirts, everything. And one thing that you want to be known for is that you're self-made.
Yes,
like you came up from the ground up.
Yep.
And you also, big thing is that you want to be known for your lyrics.
Yes.
One thing I know, one thing listening to your music is that you know how to pick beats.
Yeah.
And a lot of the samples that you use are rock infused samples. Do you think that helps with building your fan base, giving them something familiar? Because I know Semi produced the joint with Chumbawamba.
Yeah, he did that one. That one actually didn't get released yet, but we're gonna do that. He did like the fastball one,
right.
The way that was a jam back when.
But just watching the crowds interact with you, they already are familiar with some of the chorus.
Of course, yeah. You know, I mean, my biggest song to this day is still "La La La," which is the ATC Around the World song.
I saw that has millions of views.
Yeah. And I mean, that's really important. You know, it's all you have to have your original material. You have to show that you can, you know, make original music. Right. That's super important. But to have a sample, it's a cakewalk. If you get a hot sample and you put good lyrics over it, maybe switch up the chorus a little bit, make it a little more hip hop.
Now, were you influenced by that? I know you said your dad plays guitar. He jumped on stage with you.
Yeah, he's gonna jump on stage tomorrow too in New York.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
So, what did you grow up listening to?
I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock. You know, I was just listening to some Allman Brothers, Eric Clapton on the way down here today, actually, a little Red Hot Chili Peppers. So, I mean, I listened to all kinds of shit. Reggae was huge when I was a kid. My parents raised me on Bob Marley, Peter Tosh, etc. So, you know, that's what I grew up listening to. Then I found hip-hop, and obviously love hip-hop. It's my favorite genre, but I think every hip-hop artist should have an appreciation for all kinds of music, because that's really important. There's not just hip-hop. You gotta be open to the world of music, you know.
And you went to a private school, right?
I did go to private school, yeah, I'm in scholarship.
How strict?
Smart kid.
And your parents were strict because you...
Nah, my parents, I mean... My parents
you had to get the edited version of the Chronic 2001, which a lot of kids do, but I mean...
Yeah, when I was like in, what, 5th grade, I mean, thank God. No kid at 5th grade should be hearing that shit.
Right.
But I mean, nah, I mean, I can't say they were strict. They were very lenient, you know, as I got older. But, you know, you have to treat a child of that age, you know, a certain way. You know, now these kids with the internet, they can find whatever they want. Back then, it was either the edited or I had to go over to my friend's house, put the CD in the CD player, get a tape, tape it onto the tape, man. That was like...
But being a kid that was so into hip-hop, going to private school, what was that like?
That was kind of weird, because, you know, I went to public school until I was in 6th grade. And, you know, that was obviously a more urban environment. Private school was not whatsoever, you know, dress code, etc. But I never lost touch with, you know, who I originally was. And I learned a lot there, dude. It was a good fucking school. So, I mean, I think that was very important, too. Education is mad important to hip-hop. Like, you got to be a smart person to make good
And
lyrics.
you are smart because you did go to Hofstra, right?
Yes, I did. I mean, I'm a dumbass.
Tell us how you got kicked out, brother. Come on.
That would totally defeat my argument of being smart.
Yeah.
But, no, yeah, I got kicked out. My friends robbed a drug dealer. I drove the car. Got ratted out.
Basic shit.
Got a lot of trouble. Yeah, it happens.
All right.
But no, yeah, man, I was on scholarship to Hofstra too, man. You know, I had good grades. Like, I never really put everything I had into school because I didn't really like school. Right. I was never big on school, but you know, English, I liked the reading part. I would read like Beowulf, all that shit. I was into that, the Odyssey. But you know, math, I'm fucking terrible at math. I'm terrible at science. But you know, at the end of the day, I know how to do homework and how to write papers. So yeah, I kept my grades up pretty well, and you know, got kicked out, so it was all for nothing.
There you go.
But, you know, all for this, though, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I did learn a lot through it, you know, especially English-wise, you know, language.
Now, let's talk about the music. The mixtapes, obviously, you crashed Dat Piff's site.
Twice.
Yeah, which is amazing. You're the first artist to do that, is that correct? Yeah. How did that happen? Just people?
Yeah, the first time it happened was, After that, after the first time, he fixed the browser. So now, the second time I did crash it, but I only crashed the download server. The first time, I crashed it to the point where you couldn't even, you type in DatPiff, you couldn't even get on the site for at least an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Wow.
So, the dude, the owner of DatPiff called me and was just like, dude, like, you just fucked my website up. I'm calling people, they don't even know how to fix it. The dude who ended up actually fixing it said he thought someone was trying to give them a virus by like sending all this traffic to shut their website down. So I like fucked their shit up. I mean, I don't know how all that works. I'm not an internet guy, but
so and some of the stuff on the mixtapes you did industry beats. You know how to pick the beats, industry beats, and then obviously some original stuff too with some familiar samples. But you're gonna have an actual album, street album coming out, right?
Well, no, it's gonna be on iTunes for sure. Yeah. I mean, I would say Best in the Burbs really was a street album. That was all original beats. Webster's Lab was a mix, pretty much like 50-50.
And I think you're real smart with giving your music away.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why I started making it. I made it so people would listen to it. They would drive around smoking a blunt and be like, "Yo, let's throw that Webby and let's listen to that shit." You know, that's why I started. I didn't start so I'd be making money.
Right.
You know, I love it now. You know, it's great to be able to support myself financially off it, but that's not why I started doing it.
So when can they expect the next album?
It's hard to say. I would definitely say within the next, I don't know, a few months. Because I've been on tour this whole month. I haven't been able to do shit. I've been writing a lot, but I haven't been in the studio once. So, but I think when I have the album, there's also going to be a mixtape within the month, either before or after it, because I'm still getting a lot of beats with samples in it. You can't really sell that. So, you know.
Like I said, one thing I respect about you is your grind. And you said grinding is not posting your link on somebody else's Facebook page.
Yes.
So if you saw somebody in the streets of Philadelphia that posted something on your web or on your Facebook page, what would you do?
I mean, I wouldn't.
Would you have somebody grab them up, smack them up?
Nah, I mean, it's just like, I didn't do that shit. Like, it's just kind of annoying. In fact, some kid even had the balls to do this the other day. They made a Facebook profile that said Chris Webby, used my same picture, and then posted on my wall and said, check out my boy, and then put their name, like I had actually posted it so people would check it out. Like, come on, man. Like, go out there and grind. Don't fucking bullshit about it,
right.
You know?
And the thing that made me stop, or had to lock down my Facebook page, was that I posted something like, I'm going to my friend's funeral today to pay respect, and someone wrote, yo, check out my song, it's the hottest shit ever. I'm going, what the fuck? This shit is
annoying. This shit is really, like, I didn't do that. It's not like self-promotion. Self-promotion is very important. I went to parties, I freestyled at every party, I made sure everybody at that party remembered my name at the end of the night. I walked around handing out CDs that I paid to make, went to Kinko's, got my front and back covered, you know, back when I was in high school. Like, I did all that shit. I didn't sit there on Facebook and be like, yo, I just grinded, yo, I posted my link on Lupe Fiasco's wall, I posted my link on Lil Wayne's wall, yo, this is a productive day, you know. Like, you gotta go out there and work.
And coming from Connecticut, you got some competition. Shout to my man Apathy.
Oh, that's all love. I love Apathy, man. He's a great dude.
But one more question, controversial question.
Okay.
You got this girl Krayshawn coming out now.
Yes, I have heard about her.
And her friend V Nasty.
Heard about her.
Kind of talking crazy, using the N-word freely.
Oh, yes, and I heard about that too. I'm totally against that.
Okay, yeah, because a video came out today of her doing crazy things again. So I just wanted to see how you felt about that.
I mean, it's just like, why? Like, just don't do it. I take that word completely out of my vocabulary. I don't use that word ever, whether there's nobody around or I'm in front of a crowd. Like, it's just, this is a genre of music that started in the black community. I'm a white boy in an urban, you know, music genre. Like, just show a little respect. Like, you know, it's just, it's a word that just white boys shouldn't be using, or girls, in my opinion. That's just how I feel.
Chris Webby, yo, give him the Twitter, give him the...
Oh, of course. So listen to Webby.com, YouTube.com/fortheburbs, at Chris Webby on Twitter, and Facebook.com/Chris Webby.
There it is. Chris Webby, Benja Styles, DJ No Frills, officialstreetradio.com every Monday 5 to 9, ueradiolive.com.